Come to me, son of Jor-El. Kneel before Zod.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me.
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. You are the last dragon. You received the power of the glow.
Yeah, I'm not singing it.
Dun, dun, dun. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You are.
Get that out of there. Okay. We are doing aliens, or you are. All right. So, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies, Nursery Bullying. Host Leroy, aka Planet Houston, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka C3 Cheerio.
There you go. Why some dumbass think we record from Texas? Anyway, we'll talk about it in a second. And also give a shout out to our third co-host, Bam, the AI, the Doombot.
All hail the Doombots.
Exactly. Always in our corner, whether we like it or not. So,
Or the synthetics.
yeah. All right. So we're gonna jump into it. Like I said, I don't know what this show is gonna be. It's either gonna be a 3-hour show or a 3-minute show. I don't know. It's all up to Eli because tonight is the Eli show. So
Oh, wow.
hold up. Oh, is that? Oh, damn, that ain't him. But let's see who this is.
Oh, it's Fat T.
Is that Fat T? Bombs on
Fat
song.
T's in the house.
He is. Fat T is in the house. By the time you showed up, Fat T, you normally show like 3 hours later. Talk about where the party at? You know. Oh, anyways, get to it. All right, so Eli, before we get into it, we are going to bring back an oldie but goodie. Are you ready?
Sure.
Granny porn.
Okay.
So, that's always been a class right there. So Jamie Lee Curtis. Now here's the thing. Normally I wouldn't post this, or normally I would, but the funny thing about it, like Jamie Lee Curtis is showing out. You know, the reason I'm posting this is not because I'm a pervert. Had to break the fourth wall for a second, but because Walt Disney Studios posted that. I'm like, okay, that's kind of expecting that. So okay, so. They really want you to watch this movie. They want you to stop what you're doing and get your attention. Like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis, I don't know how old she is right now, still looking good for her age, you know. Let's not forget, she's an OG thirst trap. Remember True Lies? So
shit, and that was in the 90s, man.
That was in the 90s, right?
remember Perfect from the 80s.
Oh, yeah, that's what. See, I didn't want to go back that far, but yeah.
Call on Me. I think wasn't that video that Call on Me? That video, the aerobics video.
Well, I remember the song, and I just remember her dancing in it.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, but here's the thing: I can't watch too long because then John Travolta shows up and fucks the video up.
I think that movie, her movie, inspired that Call on Me video.
Okay, because I was just saying because it was good until John Travolta showed up, and you know. Let's see. Monkeys make me so happy. Okay, and what do we got here? Changing. No, trading places. Fat T.
Changing places.
Changing places. It was changing places.
Oh yeah, she got she showed some stuff in Trading Places.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you look like that in the 80s and the 90s, you kind of like it was you had to, you know. So that's nowadays you would get canceled for saying that, but it is what it is. So yeah. All right, can we move to the next part of the podcast? Or
sure.
Can we start the podcast? Okay.
But sure, yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So, like I said, when we start the podcast, you're ready to do everything. But before we get into the thumbnail, we got to do our due diligence because that's what we always do. Want to say rest in peace to the legendary Terrance Stamp. So yes. Yeah, we got to talk about Terrance Stamp because one of the reasons we started this podcast because of Terrance Stamp. You know,
all hail Zod. Yes.
Yeah. Come to me, son of Jor-El, kneel before Zod. You know. That's where the Planet Houston reference came from. Hello. Slay. What's up with the Slayer? Slayer, Yeah, shout out to you. All right. So, like I said, we want to talk about Terrance Stamp because, like I said, Terrance Stamp is a thespian, an actor's actor. But of course, he decided to dip his toe into the superhero genre when there wasn't even really a superhero genre. He helped create the thing, and played, the classic villain General Zod, in Superman 2. And Superman 1 also, because they set him up in Superman 2 also.
He was in the first one, got thrown in the
He was in
negative
the
zone.
first one.
Not the negative zone. The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
No.
That's,
Phantom
you
Zone,
cross the
right?
universes, Eli.
Forbidden Zone. No, Forbidden Zone's Planet of the Apes. Okay, I'm getting my zones mixed up.
The hell? Okay, yeah.
Phantom Zone, not
The
negative.
Phantom Zone, right. So that, like I said, these kids want to talk about aura forming, all this shit like that. They were the original aura formers. When you saw that shit, they showed up like that. You're like, oh shit, these dudes finna whoop some ass. Keep in mind, Superman did not show up at any time anywhere like the hour to fight these guys. Just showed up in there,
Superman 2, man, that's like one of my favorite flicks of all time. It's like my favorite Superman flick.
Well,
besides
first off, in the
besides
80s
the new
for
one.
me, the 80s for me, like the two 80s villains for me were Darth Vader and Zod. That was it. Like, now, of course, towards the end of the 80s, my taste evolved, matured, to Hans Gruber, and Clarence Boddicker, a little bit. But beginning of the 80s, all about Zod,
Yeah.
And Ursa. Now, Eli, I've said this before in this podcast, but I think she is the reason my generation has an attraction to toxic women. She's the reason. So
her and the Baroness.
And the Baroness too. Yes. The 80s fucked us up. So yeah. So just want to give a shout out to him. Matter of fact, like I said, I don't know who's watched the podcast haven't seen Superman 2. Superman 2 is almost like a required viewing for this podcast because Terrance Stamp as Zod has everything he said was quotable. I can quote all his lines.
In our theme, if for anybody who knows our theme song,
yeah, if you listen to the audio version,
the comic book bullies theme song has a sample, the General Zod sample. You will deal before me.
It's in the intro. Yeah. So if anybody don't listen to the audio podcast, or if you listen to the audio podcast, and obviously you heard it, so yeah. And that being said, like I said, we're talking about Superman, but we got to move on, Eli. We got to talk about the forbidden topic. Star Wars.
Chancellor Valorum, yes.
Chancellor Valorum. Okay, so here's the thing. So Terrance Stamp was also in Star Wars, and some people thinking it, and for some reason we don't talk about Terrance Stamp in Star Wars enough. We don't talk about him enough in there because his appearance in Star Wars, but not some glorified cameo. He was pivotal. He was that's not a word. Pivotal in the entire franchise. Like his appearance pretty much turned everything on his neck. First off, because he was the Chancellor before Palpatine. And the thing was, Palpatine was pretty much telling everybody, hey, this guy is dirty. This guy is crooked. This guy is taking bribes. You know how Palpatine knew that? Because he was bribing him. That's how he knew. So that's how he got his ass out of here. So once he found out he was crooked, got him out of there. He got in there doing, Palpatine also gained sympathy for his own home planet getting attacked because he attacked it. So that's what he was doing. So it was all a ploy with this whole thing on there. So it was just
it went all according to his
design.
According to
plan, right? Oh,
yeah, he got Padme to vote against him. Was it the no confidence?
Yeah, because they're from the same planet. I don't know. That's kind of get glossed over a lot. That,
Look at us talking the politics of the Phantom Menace.
We're not talking about the fact. We went down the rabbit hole, Eli. You know we don't go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Star Wars is banned.
Fuck this woke Star Wars shit from 20 years ago.
Let's talk about politics and Star Wars. Yeah. No, you know the rules. We can't do that. So, yeah. But like I said, he was pivotal in Star Wars. So yeah, and like I said, he played in 1,000 other movies, stuff like that.
Elektra. Don't forget he was in Marvel too. He played in Elektra.
I never saw that.
You never saw the Elektra movie?
I never saw it.
Oh man,
that may be the only Marvel movie I've never seen.
It's pretty cool until the end, where it kind of just ends abruptly. Like that's it. That's all that we're getting. I actually thought it wasn't that bad.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that's like one of the worst movies ever made. I've never seen it, so I don't know. I'm just my.
Well, it's better than the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Come on, which one is better than the Coolio version? You know, he had a Coolio cut. He was in.
I don't know. That's getting mad deep, man.
Why is you like that guy from Reading Rape? LeVar Burke? What the fuck? Okay, whatever. All right. And like I said, we want to talk about some, but another movie I saw. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, reason I'm saying it because another thing about Terrance Stamp, like people are saying, I didn't know he was still alive, so like that. You know, people always say something like that, and I didn't know he was still alive until I saw Last Night in Soho, which is
I
a
never
great
saw.
movie.
I never saw that.
Really, you never saw that?
No.
Great
Yeah,
movie, great movie. Now I'm gonna spoil it for you. The ending of it is a little Fight Club ish, but I don't care. It was awesome. And Terrance Stamp wasn't like a one-off cameo like that. Like he was pivotal in the role. Like he was acting. He was like a major plot point in the movie. And I was like, okay, he acting his ass off in this movie. He still got it. So kind of shocked me. I didn't know he was still out there doing this thing. So yeah.
yeah.
That movie came out like not too long ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Smiling was done.
But also he was in Young Guns.
He was in Young Guns, yeah.
Again, as John Tunstall, so, you know,
Yeah.
another pivotal role that set off the movie. But it's funny, like he was around. He's like acting since the '60s. So, but by the time I heard of him or we've heard of him, he was already like a well-established actor, like respected, like you said, thespian. And then he started taking on these Hollywood roles.
Right. Because that's where the money is, you know.
Yeah. So good journey, sir, to that guy.
Good journey. Great actor. One of the greatest roles, and you know that hell probably got me in the comics. You know.
Yeah.
This is.
I can't read that shit.
Be glad you can't. Okay. Oh. Okay. Why is my goodness? That's still LeVar Burton. The hell. Okay. He's just saying shit. Oh no. Omar Gooding is from Ghost Rider. But here's the thing, there is no Omar Gooding Jr. That's the inside joke. Don't worry about it. So that guy doesn't exist. All right. So keep me on the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette or go, you know, do something else.
While I take a nap, I'll take
right. While Eli takes over the show. This is now the Eli show. It is fully his thing. Because we watched the show. I did watch it. I watched both episodes from there. Alien Earth. It is on, what is it? FX, Hulu, Disney
FX, Hulu, yeah, Hulu. Yeah.
Whatever. Where'd you watch it?
I watched it on Hulu.
I watched it on Hulu also. I was like, damn. Now, hold on before we get it. They come in hot. What the hell? Okay.
I can't even. I'm still like tired, and I just woke up, so my eyesight's all blurry, and this shit's too small, man.
We bet about Candace. I don't know Candace. Okay, so yeah, like I said, now Eli, remember when I told you that I was going to cancel Disney Plus because wasn't shit on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
The reason I didn't cancel because when I was about to cancel, they sent me a coupon for 3 months. For $3.
Okay. I thought because I wanted to watch Alien.
No, like I said, it was all you. But I was like, for $3, $3, I'll stick around for that. So yeah. What is this? The recent Alien movie. Okay, we're gonna get to that, Sam R. We're gonna get to it, but we have to the Alien expert talk. So everybody in the comment section, shut the fuck up. Eli's about to speak. So Eli, I'm gonna let you take over.
I don't know if I'm an expert, but if there's an Alien fan on the show, it's me.
You are the alienologist on this show. So.
But yes, I've grown up with Alien. I'm an OG. I love I've watched, I've seen pretty much all of them. No, well, yeah, I have seen them all in the theater. I actually seen the original when for the whateverth anniversary, the 30th anniversary a few years ago. So I did get to see the original in the theater, and I thought it was pretty cool. Sound wise, I seeing the original in the theater with the sound, that cool sound and shit. Sound plays an important role in that. Oh, here I'm digressing and talking about how cool the old shit is.
Oh, I already knew you were gonna do that. I already put that in the notes. I expected that. So,
but these newer Alien shits, I'm not as much as a fan, if at all a fan of any of the newer Alien shit. So, when I saw the trailer for this show, the Alien Earth, I saw the trailer. I thought it looked pretty cool. You know.
I'm glad you can't read the comments, but yeah. Go ahead.
Just turn them shits off.
Sure.
Yeah, so when I saw the trailer, it looked pretty cool. I did admit it looked interesting, and I am a fan of Noah Hawley's work that he's been doing. I like Fargo.
Okay.
Fargo, and he did Legion. The X-Men show, which I thought was great. So I'm like, okay, he's going to do an alien show. I'm intrigued, but I'm also a little skeptical because I haven't been into, like, I hated Prometheus. I don't give a fuck. That shit sucks. I'm putting it out there. I don't give a fuck. That shit sucks. I hated that. Hated, Covenant. Romulus was doing okay till it shit the bed in the last 10 minutes of that movie. I know you like Romulus.
It's my favorite movie. In my top 10 list of movies last year, Alien Romulus was all 10. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just haven't been a fan of the newer Alien movies. So I went in this with lower expectations. So so Alien Earth on FX. It's going to be an 8-episode show, and they aired the first 2 episodes. Got a chance to watch them, and I guess this is a prequel to the first movie. It happens like a few years before the original movie. So if you're going to get into the timeline, but in this alien future world, the Earth is divided by all these corporations, and they sort of own countries. Like, corporations are in charge of countries. They own, like, plots of land and
Now, in the alien lore, was that ever a thing?
It's sort of implied. And I've also read the comics. Yes, Weyland-Yutani is this corrupt, shady corporation doing all kinds of shady shit and just fucking over the people. But not to this detail, like that I know of. But yeah, like, so there's Weyland-Yutani that owns countries, nations all over the world, and then there's this other corporation called Prodigy. They also own territory.
Is Prodigy a thing?
No, not until this.
Okay.
Is that not as far as I know? No. So basically, this is a prequel to the first movie. We have a spaceship that's owned by Weyland-Yutani that has gone on this, like, 65-year mission throughout the galaxy collecting alien specimens, and they're headed back to Earth. On their way back to Earth, the spaceship crashes in a rival corporation city, owned by Prodigy, and then hell breaks loose. Now, Prodigy is this corporation that's run by the kid genius, boy genius, I forget his name. He creates human robot hybrids. So you have the synthetics, like Ash in the first movie, they're just straight up androids, and then there's cyborgs, and now we have hybrids, which is like human minds put into android bodies. And that's what Prodigy is doing. They're creating these, human robot hybrids where they're taking, like, sick kids, terminally ill children, and putting their intelligence into a robot android body. And we have Wendy, who's like a 12-year-old girl dying of cancer. She is a child inside an adult android body. And then she's also, she can't have any contact with her family, but she's stalking her brother. Her brother is still alive, so she kind of keeps track of her brother throughout the years, and he becomes a doctor who gets stationed in that Prodigy city. She actually manipulates his career, so he does get stationed in the city, in the Prodigy city.
So he can stay close to her.
Yeah,
without him knowing that, but yeah.
Yeah, and she's sort of stalking him. When the ship crashes in that city, he goes in with the rescue team, with the space Marines, and they go into the rescue because the ship crashes into, like, the city and into, like, this rich people high-rise apartment building, and then aliens escape and all hell breaks loose and violence ensues and all that cool shit. Yeah, the Xenos get off the ship and start murking everybody. Of course, Weyland-Yutani wants the cargo that's on this. The ship is owned by Weyland-Yutani.
Yeah,
it's their cargo.
So, yeah.
But since it crashed in another corporation's territory, they're all, Prodigy, the company, is looking to exploit the cargo. And then there's a cyborg on
they
board.
don't even know what's on it. They just know if Weyland-Yutani has it, they want it. Yeah. And there's a Weyland-Yutani cyborg still on the ship, and he's trying to, like, retrieve the xenomorph specimens, all the specimens on board,
So yeah, that's pretty much what happened in these first 2 episodes, and I gotta say, I actually dug on it.
Right. Okay. I thought we were gonna fight today, Eli. I thought it was gonna be all fisticuffs. Okay.
I
So
actually found I'm on. I think I'm on board. I thought it was a great setting. I liked the look. I liked they really nailed the Nostromo aesthetic from the original movie. All the computer, all that old tech, all the sounds. I mean, they had sounds and the music. Some of that Jerry Goldsmith music cues and stuff. I was really into the whole. Yeah, and then of course mixing that in with Noah Hawley's sort of surreal, abstract filmmaking vibes. I really dug on it. And of course the action picked up in the second episode where people were getting fucked up and shit, and we got to see aliens, eating people and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I was digging on it. I think it's still dealing with all those themes of classism that the old movies dealt with. We have like the corporation exploiting the workers. They're creating these longer living humans, by mixing human intelligence with the AI and the robots. They want humans to live longer for the sole purpose of being like a slave labor force so they can travel space because they got to go, space travel takes that,
Or have to do a more dangerous work like they're
decades.
doing now.
Yeah, decades. It's decades long space travel, and they want humans to live longer. So they're looking for eternal life, essentially. And that was all similar to the old movies. The humans and the crew and the Marines are expendable. So the sort of corporate exploitation of the workforce. And of course, then there's Prodigy. I mean, this thing about that, I don't know if you noticed in some of those scenes, there's those guys in the hallway spraying the doorways of the kids' rooms with some kind of spray. And I'm like, are they giving the kids cancer? Are they purposely making these kids sick so they can take their intelligence? That's just a theory I had in mind, and I wouldn't be surprised. These shady ass corporations,
Look at you with the fan theories.
Yeah. But I'm digging, and I was digging that, sister brother drama, that whole dynamic of Wendy like stalking her brother because she is, and that was that whole thing with.
Wait, so you were into all this?
Yes, all that Blade Runner, fucking Isaac Asimov, fucking iRobot shit. I always find that shit fascinating. That whole where the robot becomes a sentient being and decides what makes me human. I always find that shit fascinating. I'm all that. I really dig into that whole dynamic. So, but I was liking that how she was like stalking him and she's questioning, and that whole thing about where the prodigy androids, they're all and these kids. There's like a group of kids who are called the Lost Boys. They're all these Peter Pan references. Her name is Wendy. They're questioning what makes themselves human. They have a human intelligence, but they're in a robot body that is probably will never die.
But they're kids.
But they're kids.
Yeah,
because would they say a child mind would take the transition into a robot body better than an adult mind or something? So that's why they're using kids.
Right.
Or justify using child labor. So
kids are easy to control, whatever you want to
say
that, but
they're basically turning them into slaves,
Yeah.
So yeah, all that I found interesting and kind of eerie and a little telling in our current times, but I did like that how she's kind of like stalking him, and I thought that dynamic was going to go on longer, where they were going to keep that secret. She was going to keep that secret from her brother, like that they weren't going to reveal that she was his sister yet, but they revealed it kind of right away, and I'm like, okay, well then and then right away it got a little predictable. Okay, since they revealed that right away, since now he knows that's his sister, he's going to get caught by the aliens. They're going to put a face hugger on him, and he's going to get impregnated.
And she has to make a decision.
And they're probably going to, then she's going to put her brother's mind into a robot body. That's my theory for the show.
Yeah. Which is what she was planning the whole time anyway. She remember that's the whole thing. She's like, I won't let him die. And the other head, Timothy, what's that dude?
Yeah,
Oliphant. He was
Oliphant. Yeah,
like if he don't die now, he'll die of old age. He'll die of sickness. He'll die of, like he didn't know.
yeah,
I'm not gonna let him
yeah,
die. Period.
yeah.
So
So
that's kind of right now. She's already thinking that. So
yeah, and you see that sort of like the androids, those hybrids are like they want to have nothing to do with humanity. Like we're evolving now. We're human like flesh is weak. like
right.
the Borg from Star Trek. The Borg, flesh is weak. Yeah, the flesh is weak. It's flawed. um. Yeah. Alex. Yeah. What else is there? Yeah, I was digging on it. I mean, I think the only critique I had was maybe a little bit of the CGI. I think the aliens look a little bit too clean and crisp and dry. They're a little dry. They're usually slimy and gross. But they looked a little too pretty, a little too slick. They need a little bit more gravy. It's a little too dry. Need a little oil. And I guess, I mean, it's only 2 episodes, so I'm not, but I guess I'm trying to figure out what do the aliens represent in this storyline, because monsters are always a metaphor for something in the greatest horror flicks. And I mean, in the first movie, that goes deep into like the gender swapping dynamic of male sexual assault, because the alien head is very phallic looking and you have a man getting impregnated, forcibly violated and then impregnated with this life form, and then Ripley becomes the ultimate final girl before final girls were even a thing. She has to fight her way for leadership because in the original Alien movie, we all thought Dallas was going to survive. He's the macho, manly man. We think, oh, he's the captain. He's cool and macho. And back then, that was just what we thought. He's going to survive. He's going to be the hero. But no, he dies halfway through the movie. And then we're left with Ripley, who has to struggle every bit of the way. No one respects Ripley throughout the whole movie. Like Ash the robot, disobeys her orders. Nobody takes her seriously. And you see Ripley struggling for her leadership. So like, that's what the first movie is. It's sort of like this sort of swapping of, gender power, I guess, and of, all that.
Hey, Terrance, I know who that is. Hey,
what's up?
I know, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then of course the second movie, we deal with motherhood and, again, more of the company exploiting the workforce or the military, using the military to exploit, nature and all that. The third movie is all this religious commentary of, false idols and Ripley being like the savior of humanity.
Yeah, like when she dies, she basically has her hands out like a cross. And
and of course even the fourth one, which is cheesy as fuck, but that's like science gone wrong. They're doing cloning and shit. So the xenomorph always represented something, and I'm struggling. What does it represent in this particular story? I know it's only 2 episodes, but I'm thinking maybe it's something to do with like nature versus corporate control over nature. Even though like because the alien, the xenomorph is I don't know if it's natural because in the Prometheus lore, that android created the fucking xenomorph. So I don't know, is it actually even natural? So I don't know, but we're gonna ignore Prometheus. That doesn't exist.
Even though you keep bringing it up, but yeah, let's ignore it.
Oh, people are bringing it in. It's back in the conversation because of this now. It has to be spoken. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, let's let that shit rest. But overall, I'm digging it. I'm on board. I surprisingly found it interesting. And I dug on it.
Can I go?
Go. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Before we click that, this guy trolling me over there. Let me see what's going on over here. What's next? I look like Kunta Kinte. What you gonna say? Okay, so do the engine. See, here you go. They start with the Prometheus bullshit. Do
the engineers know who Darth Vader? Oh, this guy. It's that same guy talking about who Darth Vader is. We told you Darth Vader is Dick Grayson. No, Jason Todd.
Jason Todd, right.
Jason Todd.
Remember me, keep it up. Of course I remember you. All right, so let me go. All right, this is what I got going on here. So I'm glad you love the show, Eli.
Okay, cool.
Okay. That being said, when I watched this show when I first came on, it didn't grab me. Matter of fact, that first episode did not grab me. I didn't know where they were going with this. First, you had it setting up like it would look like it was about to be like a something like the first movie where it was basically had like the same open stuff like that. Then it switched to that Peter Pan looking boy and stuff like that, the boy genius. Then it switched to these cyborgs, to the kids like that. I'm like, so who is the protagonist? Where are we going? Where are we going with this? And then they kill off those guys like the 5 minutes, stuff like that. It was a really jarring opening for me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get in. We didn't know who was Whaley Utani, didn't know who was Prodigy, didn't know whether or not they were the same people. It was all kind of confusing for me and stuff like that. And it took a long time for actually get the plot set up. So that first episode for me was a miss. And I'll be honest with you, Eli, I was just like, oh, okay, it's another.
Yeah, I will agree. The first episode was like a slow burn.
Yeah.
Just basically, it was just setting up the environment, the story, the scenario. Everything picks up in the second episode.
Sam R, you a motherfucking liar. I know you thought about it. I know you're about to say it, but anyway. Thanks for listening. Who we got here? Alien Fire Team. Okay.
That's
soon as I saw Alien Fire Team, I didn't even have to look at the name. I knew
that's Fat T, yeah.
Yeah, I knew who it was as soon as I saw Alien Fire Team. So yeah. What are we talking about? Okay, so yeah, that first episode, I was like, I honestly, Eli, I was dreading. I was like, oh, here we go. Another 8-episode slow burn secret invasion. I just gotta sit through and find something shit to go through. But fuck it, I'll stick it out. Like, okay, it's another one of these shows. But that second episode got me. I was like, okay, I'm locked in because that was some of the best alien shit. I know you kind of iffy on that. For me, that was some of the best alien shit I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, when it goes to that like fucked up billionaire party where they're having that masquerade ball.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And if the alien just goes through and like just murks everybody.
And the thing, they don't even really show it. You just hear it.
Yeah,
it's enough to fuck you up. You know?
Yeah, like it was classic Alien too, where it's blending in with the background. It was like part of that sculpture, and then it moved like, oh shit, there it is. Like that's total throwback to old OG Alien shit. You know, the background all of a sudden moves. You're like, oh shit, that's bad. You've been looking at it the whole time, but you don't see it. You know?
That fucked me up. I had to rewind that shit. I was like, was it back there the whole time? Like,
that's how these movies are. Yeah, and then it just goes into the room, and when they enter the room, of just body parts all over.
Right. I was just like, yeah, okay. So I was like, okay, this alone is completely better than Alien Romulus. Like,
and then the whole day there were all these rich, fucked up billionaire assholes. Like it was literally the alien was literally eating the rich. And I found that just hilarious, you know.
Yeah.
And they're into this whole like Marie Antoinette ball they're having, like some old, you know, Renaissance ball, like, you know, these billionaires with their weirdo fucking lifestyles having their eyes wide shut sex parties and shit, you know.
Right. They just get eaten all of a sudden because they think the rules don't apply to them. That's why.
Yeah. They're
the manager. If he
like, what's all that? Yeah, the spaceship crashes into their building. Like, what's all this racket going on? It's disturbing.
Right. So
yeah, they think you're above everybody. Yeah.
Another thing that's getting me into this show, Eli, probably even more than the Alien, is when they started doing all the Peter Pan shit, like the girl in the bud, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, very heavily influenced by Peter Pan.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, even though Peter Pan isn't a Disney product, like owned by Disney, we associated with Disney.
Oh yeah.
This is a Disney product. This is definitely Disney putting their hands in this stuff.
Wasn't the first episode called Neverland?
Yes. Yeah. Eli, there were so many. This shit goes deep. Like I said, you know, I've done my research on Peter Pan and shit like that. The boy billionaire is Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting all those kids into those bodies that can't age, which is what Peter Pan did when he took them to Neverland.
Yeah,
you can't
don't
age.
Grow
You're
up.
here. You can't grow up. Wendy was the girl in there, and like I said, the author, I can't remember the author off the top of my head, so like that. He created the name Wendy. The name Wendy didn't exist before he created it. So yeah, and the whole point of her going to Neverland was to protect her brother or brothers, you know, John, and that's what she's doing here, to protect her brother. you know, and some of the names of the Lost Boys, which the Lost Boys from Peter Pan also were names from the Lost Boys.
Mhm.
And like I said, so basically this boy genius makes this place where he basically kidnaps kids and they can't age. That's all Peter Pan right there. Like I
Yeah,
said,
on that island and that prodigy, that island, that facility, it's on an island. Like, so it literally like it was like a place in the clouds or surrounded by ocean or whatever.
Right.
No, I was definitely, picking up on all the Peter Pan references and and I'm cool with that.
It was very blatant. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and as long as they stay away from that Tiger Lily bullshit, I'm good.
I knew it was a reason you didn't like that. I was like, Eli shitted on Peter Pan for some reason. I can't remember why. I'm like, okay, it all coming back to me now. Oh, and what is this one right here? Oh, Ice Age. Okay, that's the thing, because it was like a major plot point, them quoting Ice Age, because that's how he knew that was his sister, because they were quoting. I'd never seen that movie, so I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. So they kept quoting and shit. I like, did they just make this shit up? What the hell are they talking about? And they were like, no, Ice Age, which is another Disney property.
Yeah.
So Disney's gonna make sure when you watch this alien TV show, this horror movie, you know Disney. This is like a 2-hour commercial. It's down to like Amazon Prime and War of the Worlds, but it's not that bad. But yeah, hold on, what we got here? Sounds like Michael Jackson's.
Wasn't his place called Neverland?
His place was called Neverland. Mm-hmm. Yes. He basically, Michael Jackson considered himself a Peter Pan type character also, but we're not gonna get into that. Go leave that alone. So honestly, the Peter Pan references caught me in my tail. I like it. You got me. I'm going with you. Now I know you heard about the lore and how this wraps into the first person game. I'll be honest with you, Eli. I don't think any of that matters.
No, because
I'm gonna say why I don't. Yeah.
Well, I've been seeing the chatter like, oh, this is ignoring the shit from Prometheus, and how are they supposed to know? Like, if this is a prequel, how did the aliens get to Earth? And the company didn't know. I was like, I don't give a shit.
I think everybody's worried about that. I think they're missing the point. I think this show was designed to be a standalone side story. That's what I think. Like, that's why I asked you, was Prodigy a thing in the lore? And you just said it wasn't. So that tells you right there, they just made up some bullshit just for this show, just so they could do something, and they're probably gonna get killed off, wiped off, whatever, eaten and shit like that, and then they'll be referenced again. Unless they decide to make a season 2 because they made enough money. But other than that, you never can hear about these guys again. It doesn't matter. We can do this one-time thing. So I think people worried about where this fits in the lore, the times like that, slow your roll. Don't worry about that. Just enjoy the fucking show. That's all. This ain't homework. You ain't got to worry about it for a test later on. So shit. I think as geeks and nerds, we get too wrapped up in that bullshit sometimes. But we just
there's a bunch of actually motherfuckers out there.
Yeah,
and I can be one of them, but I didn't care. Like I said, I got into it. I was into it.
Like I said, Eli, I know you know all this lore and shit like that, but I think the only thing you need to know going into this show is Peter Pan and Ice Age. That's it. Everything else you just pick up and just go with it. So
even the other aliens on the show, they didn't just have xenomorphs. They had other aliens, which I thought some of them were a little
Alien or Resident Evil. What the fuck is going on here?
I was like, what is this fucking Men in Black and shit?
What is all this shit? I started to ask you about that too. Like, Eli, is this a thing?
That one eye thing that got into, was it the rabbit or some shit? Or
what the hell is this?
Yeah, I was like, that looked like some shit out of Men in Black. But
now, I'll be honest with you, it was cool looking. But I'm just like, is this in the lore, or is this some shit I'm supposed to know about?
Yeah.
Or they just doing shit. They're like, fuck, we just go just do shit,
it's the only aliens that exist in the old lore is the xenomorphs and the engineer, when that revealed to be engineers,
Right.
We didn't know what that thing was for 20 years until that shitty movie came out. And you're like,
so
really? That's what it is?
All kind of shit just here. So
actually, in what I just said, actually.
well,
actually, in one of the Dark Horse comics, the engineers actually, I said it again, look like elephant alien things.
Yeah. The thing we weren't going to talk about, but okay. Okay.
Oh shit.
Prometheus is going on the list, Eli. Will Smith, Zack Snyder, Star Wars, anime, Prometheus. There you go. That's your top 5. I'm making that list next episode. Let's see. Hold on.
I can't read any of this shit, man.
Yeah. I
I
think
gotta
it
get.
was
I gotta
alien
like.
variants like Scorpion, Alien, Scorpion in yeah, Wendy was a kid. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know I know what they're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Well, like in the alien. Well, actually, in the alien lore, the xenomorphs tend to take on the attributes of whatever host they come out of.
Mhm.
So if they come out of human, they look like more human and shit.
Right.
And Alien 3, it came out of, well, it depends which cut you watch. If you watch the theatrical cut, it comes out of a dog, but in the director's cut, it comes out of a cow.
Okay,
Which
I didn't know there was a director's cut of Alien 3.
Yeah. There's a director's cut, which is way better. Watch the Alien 3 director's cut. It makes a lot more sense. And again, it comes out of a cow, which goes with the whole religious commentary of the false calf, the false idol, and all that shit. And that alien is on all fours. It crawls. It's like a four-legged alien. And then I had the alien ram, like the toys. I remember if you had the toys, there's that one, the spider alien. There's different aliens. So yeah, that part with the scorpion, I didn't even think about that. If we have a scorpion, we have in Aliens versus Predator, we had the Xeno Predator, and of course the modern day classic, Avengers versus Alien, that comic. Sinister was experimenting on those fucking xenomorphs, and we had mutant xenomorph Sinister.
Right, because he was splicing DNA and all that shit. So yeah.
And then the Venom symbiote had the xenomorph.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be cool. Like, like I said, we only got 2 episodes in. If they go there, if we start seeing alien xenomorph variants, that would be dope.
Okay. But that's all I got. That's all I got. I just wanted to just say that when I love the Peter Pan references, and that's why I'm curious. How can they sustain this show for 8 hours? An 8-hour Alien TV show. I don't know. We're gonna see. Like I said, a 2-hour movie for Alien, I feel like that works perfectly. But and then for this one, I'm like one episode kind of. Second episode was awesome. So it's gonna be like this the rest of the season. Like every other episode is gonna be awesome. I don't know. So
yeah, well, Weyland-Yutani is after their cargo, so I think we're going to see some of that. Like I said, the brother just got zipped. An alien grabbed her brother at the end. It was like left off in a cliffhanger.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, no, but I think he's gonna. That's my theory. He's gonna go back to the nest because there are face huggers on board. They had the eggs on board.
I don't think so.
And
I think that brother has plot armor.
Yeah, well, that's just a theory. He's gonna get impregnated. She's going to, and of course, if you get impregnated, you're dead because the alien's going to come out of you. But before that happens, she's going to put his mind into a body,
Yeah, because she's supposed to be as smart as Peter Pan boy, right?
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, she's special. She can hear things. Remember, she's got like that Neo from the Matrix where she can hear the xenomorphs or some shit. So some shit. She's got a secret power. Maybe he'll get put into Timothy Oliphant's body.
Well, yeah, just swap them out. So
I'm into it. I'm curious to see where this goes. They had what's that? You had my attention. Now you got my interest, or whatever.
I think it's backwards, but I know what you mean. But yeah,
you had my interest. Now you got my attention. So
so we'll see. So both up, thumbs up. If you're not watching the Alien show, watch it.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Yes,
cautiously optimistic. Like I said, I didn't know where Eli was going to go with this show, but yeah. And honestly, Eli, I didn't know how I felt about it until I asked you about it because I had to where is this lore? Is this not lore? Once you signed off on it that it's not, I'm like, okay, I'm good. So,
yeah, it is. There is a ton of Easter eggs though. Like I said,
I imagine
there is a lot of shit that. Oh, I remember that, and I remember there's a lot of member berries, which I'm cool with. I see people bitching about those, it's like fan fiction. What the fuck do you expect?
Right.
You want something new, you get something new, you bitch about it because it's like the old shit. If it wasn't there, well, this isn't like the comic. Yeah, fuck off, shut the fuck up. Yeah, right. They complain no matter what happens. But no, I was into it. That's just me. I was, like I said, I went in with low expectations. thinking it was going to suck. I actually thought it was going to suck, like an 8-hour alien movie.
Mhm.
These days, that it did that, Disney, had a lot going against it in my eyes. So I wasn't expecting too much, and I'm on board. I'm digging what I've seen so far. So yeah, I will give it a 4 out of 5. These first 2 episodes.
Nice. Over, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Also, I'm gonna stick right there. Like I said, it's enough to keep my attention. So
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm stoked for the next episode. Like, I want to see I want to see what happens next.
All right, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Still throwing it to you. Like I said,
Okay.
I'm over here chilling because you threw this to me, and I don't really know where we're going with this. But let me see if I can throw that on here. Bam. So apparently, we're talking about this.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet?
I saw it, but I'm just like, what am I seeing? Like, I saw it, but I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from this. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I grabbed the digital version of Superman. They dropped the on streaming. Superman is now on streaming.
Yeah.
I bought it. It comes with a bunch of extras, a bunch of behind the scenes shit. There is a full length like at least an hour long documentary on the behind the scenes, on the making of it. Now, in this documentary, there is a clip of where, what's his name? David Cornsweet, the guy who plays Superman, and James Gunn have like a discussion about that monologue that Superman.
Pretty heated discussion too. So yeah,
that where they were, where the ending monologue that Superman says to Lex about him being human, what makes me human, and all that stuff. So David Cornsweet was having a moment, like he felt they were just discussing the character, what the character's feeling, and David Cornsweet didn't know how to perform that, so he was questioning every take and stuff. And then they had this discussion. James Gunn and him had this discussion, and where basically it's the creative process. So, anyways, this thing has gone viral. It's all over TikTok. People are reposting it. People are calling it, James Gunn and David Cornsweet got into an argument and blah 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 blah, and it's getting all these clicks and shit. And I don't think it's an argument. I think it's just 2 artists collaborating on the creative process,
which happens all the time.
Yeah. And what I like about that, I think it's cool that people are talking about this because we don't see this anymore.
Right.
Ever since streaming, we used to buy DVDs with extras, with commentary
and
with deleted scenes, and where you'd see this type of stuff in those making of documentaries. We'd see behind the scene blow-ups and discussions, and just seeing the creative artistic process that goes into filmmaking. I think we've lost that in recent years because physical media is pretty much gone, So I just think that's cool that this is getting out there, and people are finding, people are finding that intriguing. Like, yeah, this is how art is made.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how the sausage is made. That's the
thing. And people are, I think they're using, they got into an argument to get clicks, like creating drama. But I don't think it's an argument. It's just them, 2 of them collaborating. Yeah. Bouncing ideas off each other, trying to create that moment that you see in the movie. And it is
plus, I like it because both of them have the sole purpose of making the best product they can. But they just don't see eye to eye. And that happens because, like I said, creatives are going to come in from their own point of view, so you're gonna clash. That's Hell, Eli, we get into it on here sometimes.
I'm in a band. That happens all the fucking time in the studio where you're writing a song and that sucks. No, and I wrote this. That riff sucks. So I don't know. That beat sucks. Right. And you have to. It's a constant compromise. Of trying to create the coolest thing that you possibly can. And I think
end of the day, art is a collaborative process.
Yeah, and what you see in this clip is 2 artists really caring about the art they're making. They really care about the character, and they want to get this moment right. So,
and plus they're both trying to see each other's point of view. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So, and I think David Cornsweet's issue was like, I shouldn't get mad because I'm over getting mad because my father, Pa Kent, already told me what I needed to hear. So I shouldn't get mad. I shouldn't lash out in anger because I'm over that now. But James Gunn's like, no, you're still feeling that because of your hurt feelings, and that's part of your
That's
man.
being
And
human. Right.
yeah, and there's that moment where James Gunn is, because they actually went off set or whatever. They actually left the set to go discuss it in private. And James Gunn is like telling him, like coaching him, like, no, this is the moment you feel. And then there's that exact second where you see David Corson, okay, I got it. And like, yeah. Like cuts him off mid-sentence. Okay, it all makes sense to me. And then he goes and does the performance, and that's what we see in the movie. And you see
once they
James
got on
Gunn
the
and
same page, so
yeah, you see James Gunn and one of the producers like tearing up and shit. So I just thought it's really cool. I a really cool moment of, again, seeing the creative process of how this movie was made, how we get that pivotal moment in the movie. And I just think it's cool that this is going viral and people are seeing the creative process. Like, this is how art is made.
Right. And my thing is this: if you don't have this kind of passion making art, I don't want it.
Yes.
In anything.
Exactly.
I don't, not super anything, any movie, TV show, music, anything. If you don't have that, don't give it to me.
Especially in the age of AI.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because AI cannot do what these guys are doing.
Right.
They can imitate it, but you're not going to have that back and forth where you have to figure out what a human being is feeling in that moment. Artificial AI is not going to be able to do that.
Right. It's missing
so I think that
soul. It's missing that emotion. You're not going to have that.
The humanity.
Right. Sorry, Doombot, but yeah.
which is one of the main themes of the movie.
Right.
What makes him human? What is the best part of and that's what he said. My greatest superpower is that I am human. So yeah, I just thought it was cool, that it's out there going viral and people are witnessing, hey, this is how art is made. How, the greatest art, you got to go through the trenches sometimes,
It's funny because you got too many people criticizing art that don't know anything about how to create art. I think that's the problem going on right now. So.
And that's what we have. Exactly what happened. It's all clickbait. It's all just, this sucks. And they'll put it on the headline. I think this sucks. So they generate that rage and outrage because that's what sells clicks and shit. Like I said, a lot of these videos have, James Gunn and David Cornsworth get into an argument on set and like, ooh, I want to see all what's
I'm surprised
this,
they got you a fist fight on set or some shit, They take it
like because they're selling the outrage, and that's where we're at right now. We got to sell the outrage, sell the drama, because that's what people give a shit about. We got short attention spans and don't give a shit about the creative process anymore. And like this going viral gives me hope. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there and give us another chance to milk the Superman teat,
Nice. All right. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm waiting for payday on Wednesday. I'll get it then. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I've watched it a couple times now.
Oh, it's gonna stay on repeat. I almost thought, should I wait for it on Blu-ray? Because Blu-ray won't come out till a while from now.
I was thinking about that too, but like, damn, I really want to watch it again.
Hell, I might do both. I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, Eli. Sorry, I got to talk about this next topic. You're gonna be mad at me, but I don't care.
Sydney Sweeney again?
No. Yeah, I should throw that in there. Matter of fact, let me throw that in just to soften the blow. So there you go. Before we get to the next topic, okay. So the next topic we got to talk about.
I like how you have that on standby.
Yeah, I just left it there, just I like just in case. If
emergency. Is that your like screensaver on your phone?
No, man, no, not that far. No. Jamie Lee Curtis is my screensaver. Come on, man. I love how I said that up. But anyway, we gotta talk about your boy, Anthony Mackie.
Oh, my boy. Okay.
Yeah, he's your boy now. Okay, yeah. Anthony Mackie, we gotta talk about him now. I hate to bring this up. Yeah, we saw him outside with a mystery woman we don't know, and now he's in controversy. He's in heat right now, stuff like that, because it was a white woman he was with. So that's what people are upset about. Now, before I get into it, I do want to put my official stance on that.
Okay.
As long as you're a consenting adult, do whatever you want. Black, white, man, woman, they, them, whatever. Consenting adults, do what you want to do. That's my official stance on it.
Okay.
However, I gotta go a little deeper. Anthony Mackie, you gotta read the room, man. You gotta look at the optics. because we do understand that black men in Hollywood, especially black men working for Marvel, are like cursed right now, getting taken out left and right. Do I have to go down the list, Eli? Let's go down
I
the list.
think I
Let's
think
go
I know
down.
where you're going.
Yeah, let's go down the list. We got, like I said, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. But like I said, something happened with that. I don't know what happened. We can talk about Mahershala Ali. Is he still with Marvel? We don't know. Hopefully he's free. We don't know. Don Cheadle, they canceled anything he's got with him. Plus, they completely fucked up his story in Secret Invasion where we don't even want him to come back. Who else we got? Jonathan Majors.
That's who I was. That's who I thought you were going to
No,
mention
I
first.
was working my way to that. So yeah,
The evolution.
right, evolution of Islam. So you got all these black men having all these cursed positions in there right now, and then you want to pull this shit. So come on, Anthony Mackie, you were the chosen one. You're supposed to just play the milkman on Twisted Metal, not become one. Anthony Mackie, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. That's everybody's topic right there. So yeah, my thing is this: if he is gonna get caught up with whatever the fuck he got on, can we at least get him to shoot his scenes in Avengers and Secret Wars first before he gets in any bullshit he's getting into? Because
they'll cut them if
yeah, we don't want him to do that, but we want him to do the scenes first, get it out the way first, and then whatever bullshit, and then release the movie first, get the movie out the way first, and then get any bullshit you want to after that. I'm just saying, Anthony Mackie, just come on, man, Anthony Mackie. You like the last one left. People talk all that bullshit about your movie, Brand New Day, and all this shit like that. Guess what? It's the #1 Marvel movie this year. Box office wise, over Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, it still outgrossed them. So he's the last one we got left, Eli. He got to make it to the finish line. That's all I'm saying. So that's all I got. I didn't mean to go on a rant. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
All right. Like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're going to jump into it. And Eli, I'm going to let you go first. I think we're like, what with books right now? So, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I will do. Damn. I'm going to do my book of the week.
Which is?
Predator Kills the Marvel Universe.
Okay. I almost picked this up. But I knew you were going to read it, so I didn't. So, yeah.
Oh man, Benjamin Percy. Man, Benjamin Percy's been writing all of these.
Like all of these, yeah. Is it like a contained shared universe, or he just like doing whatever?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. We are. It's all tying together.
It's all connected.
Yeah. So yeah, the Predator has, has been mingling. We've had Predator versus Wolverine. We had Predator versus Black Panther. We've had, and then most recently, Predator versus Spider-Man. Which was great too. So this is Predator Kills the Marvel Universe, and we start off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're all on the Milano. They get a distress call from a Stark spaceship in orbit that they need repairs. There's something going on with their ship. They need repairs. So they fly there, Rocket and Peter, they get on the ship and they're going through like, where the fuck is everybody? Then all of a sudden, bam, Peter gets taken out, like it's blown in half. First they see the laser sights, the triangle laser sights, the Predator sights on him. Like, what the hell is that? And
like that's part right there, like his day on the chest. Rocket sees it too, but he gets the fuck out the way.
Yeah. Do you get the next? Do you get the next?
Yeah.
Page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Right. I'm like, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Even Rocket just jumped out. We're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Star-Lord down, and then you see you see Rocket. He's all in heat vision, blasting away, and you know how Predators are. If they see you got a weapon, they're like, okay, bring it.
They don't care if you're an animal. You got to go.
Oh yeah. So then we cut to the rest of the people on board, and they're like, Gamora's like, did you hear that? And Drax and Groot like, let's go. And I am Groot. And then all of a sudden, those disc things come flying in and chops off Drax's head.
Drax is, never mind. I mean, like, he's invulnerable or nigh invulnerable, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah, and then Groot gets chopped in half, and then Gamora gets chopped. She gets fucked up too. And then we see the Predators come out of their cloaking. Because they can be invisible. Now they're on board the Milano. and one of them's like got a skull mask on. He's like, I told you, they will blindly follow any distress kit signal. This was like the perfect trap. And then he takes off his mask, and it's Kraven. So this is the continuation from the Spider-Man book, the Predator versus Spider-Man, where Kraven, where Kraven joined. He killed that one Skinner Predator, so then they blooded him, and now he's part of the clan. And so Kraven's like, yeah, we're gonna go kill the if you want the ultimate prey, we got to go kill all the superheroes on Earth. So then we cut to the Weapons X or Weapons Plus facility, with Dr. Cornelius, and they're like, hey man, your budget has gone way over, we've given you way too much money and you haven't produced any results. You better wow me with something, or your funding's cut. So okay, well, I'll show you what we've been working on. And so he lets the general into the lab and then closes the door and locks her in there. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? And then we see the Weapon X Predator.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That was from the Wolverine book. And that's it. We always see. Then we cut to the dark side of the moon. The Fantastic Four have set up a base. They're watching over like Earth threats and shit, and the Predators show up, and Kraven's like, okay, this is like a herd. The Fantastic Four is like a family, and you attack them by, but as you would, hunting a herd of animals, a herd of elk or whatever. First, you got to separate them, and they fuck up Reed. They like chop off Reed's hand. They sneak in invisible, chop off his hand. They're like, what the hell? And then when that happens, that startles the herd. When one of them gets fucked up, it creates panic in the herd, and then they separate. And that's what we want. And of course, like the Thing and Johnny Storm, they're just drones. They'll come at us with blind force, and they're predictable. So, they manage to use a weapon to like choke out Johnny that's fireproof. Mm-hmm. And then there's and the Thing, we can't make a trophy out of him because he's pretty much indestructible. So what we need is to just get him out of here. We need to get rid of him. And they jettison him out into space. Like, they blast him out into space. Now we have to go at, Sue is the hardest one because she's got force fields. So once we get her in panic mode, we got her. And it shows Sue, she's got Reed and he's bleeding out. Like, how the fuck did they cut your hand off? Your skin, you shouldn't be able to. And Reed's like, there's something in that blade. It's mixed. It's vibranium mixed with some other. That's
right. They have vibranium.
Yeah, because from when they went to Wakanda, the Black Panther versus Predator comics. Like I said, this
now,
all connected.
Now Drax getting his head chopped off. Okay, I'm cool with that now.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what the hell? And like, she's like, Reed, stay with me. Reed, stay with me. And then it ends. So, to be continued. So I'm like, holy shit. The Predators are just murking everybody,
Damn, with vibranium. So yeah.
With vibranium, yeah, and that one Predator King is there. So that Predator King is on.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, remember the father that pit the two brothers, and then that one brother went to Wakanda to get the vibranium. Mm-hmm. So that's all, that's all connected. And then now you got Kraven leading. He's actually leading the hunting party on Earth.
This
so
okay.
Yeah, this is great. I thought it was dope.
So that's why they let Bishop first go wild with this. Okay.
Yeah, this is just too cool. And then the next cover for number 2 looks dope. It has like the Civil War cover, only it's Predators and like Avengers and X-Men. Like you got a bunch of mutants and Avengers on one side, and then a fucking crew of Predator like going at each other, coming at So yeah, looks dope. Yeah, 5 out of 5. Book of the week. I don't like. After reading this, is like, why do I have to even read anything else? Like,
yeah, I didn't know it was like Bishop First was doing some like magnum opus or anything like that. So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Nick, well, first book I'm going to do is, and this is my book of the week. Ultimates number 15.
Okay.
I think it's 15. I don't know where we at right now. I thought we were further than that. Anyway, this is the introduction of Shang-Chi in the Ultimate Universe.
Ultimate Shang-Chi.
Ultimate Shang-Chi. That's what he first seen and said. So yeah, we're just gonna just jump into it and see where it goes. Oh, and he's a kid in this.
He got
So
18 rings.
yeah, no, the Golden Child. Come on, the Eddie Murphy movie. So,
Yeah.
it's basically that. So yeah,
Sodom Numsby.
brother, no see. Oh, that is
I
a
said,
old. Okay, Eli, we
I,
too old.
I want the knife.
That is an old reference nobody's gonna catch. So
Golden Child rules, man. Come on.
okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Golden Child is Eddie Murphy's worst '80s movie. I'm gonna say that it's his worst '80s movie, but
But it's still good.
it's still good. That's the thing. That should tell you his bad record in the '80s. So anyway, let's get to Ultimates. Okay, Shang-Chi. All right, all right. So the book starts off with Shang-Chi, who is in the Ultimate Universe the seventh, I think the eighth Iron Fist. He was an Iron Fist. So yeah.
Okay.
Now, before anybody goes there, he was never an Iron Fist in the main Marvel continuity in the 616 like that. Matter of fact, and technically he predates Iron Fist. It's just that when Iron Fist popped up, he became so cool, kind of, shoved him to the side. But anyway, he's there, beats shit out of everybody because he is, not only is he the Iron Fist, he's so good, he knows every martial art that has ever existed. And he's beating everybody. People, demons, gods, don't matter. Everybody catches hands from him. Nobody can beat him. So yeah.
Remember when remember him whooped Thor's ass in the
Yeah, he whooped
Jin
Thor's
Young
ass,
Lang
Iron
run?
Man. Yeah. So basically like that. So the gods are sick of him because he whooped so many people that the gods are no longer following the god. The gods are following him because he's like, why would we need to follow him if he's beating everybody else? So they send everybody after him. Gods, demons, their warriors, everybody after him. Just him. All right, remember the Jet Li in the one?
Yeah.
It's that. Yeah. I am you law. I am nobody's bitch. You are my bitches. I will be the one. So he whoops so much ass, he's wading in their blood. Just going through their blood, stuff like that. And then he realized himself, you know what? I'm kind of tired of fighting. Like, I think this has gone too far. And just quits. And he's like standing on mountains and piles of bodies that he caused. He's just like, I don't want to do this shit no more. And he just leaves and he just sits in like a Buddhist temple.
Whooping ass bores me.
Right. Because he whooped so much ass, he just got sick of it. So he's like, I'm going to just go to the end of the woods of Kung Lun or heaven, what you want to call it. And I'm going to just meditate and just stay to myself. 40 years later, he finally wakes up. Yeah. And when he wakes up, he realized he has become a religion. Everybody like prays to him, bows to him, worship him. They call him the Awakened One. And wherever he goes, people just follow him. Like it don't matter. He just goes around preaching stuff, and he just talk about like, don't follow kings, don't follow man, don't follow princes, because they are just a product of their time where you should be learning above them, not them, because you can't trust anything they say because they always go in their own whim. And so again,
the ass that kicks you.
Right. Just spouting all kind of nonsense like that. So like I said, the gods again are sick of his ass. So this time they sent so the guys last time sent like their minions and shit, to fight him. They're like, nah, we're gonna kick his ass this time. So the guys themselves descend on him and whoop his ass. Like he's got all kind of like how he heals the sick, and if you got a limp dick, he can get you make you get your wife pregnant, all kind of weird shit,
Up with your wang, another Golden Child reference.
Right. That wasn't a Golden Child. What they doing?
Ain't nothing wrong with my wang.
All right. So so the gods themselves descend from heaven to beat his ass. They are sick of him, basically becoming a religion of his own self. And they beat his ass. They kill him. He's dead.
Damn.
Yeah. They kill him. But even his dead body, people are worshiping his dead body. So yeah. Cut to 10,000 years later. So yeah.
Did Hickman write this? This sounds like some Hickman shit.
No, this is Dennis Camp. He's been writing this shit the whole
Oh,
time.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So cut to Hit Leaf Village in Naruto, whatever like that. I don't know what the fuck is going like that. So the Avengers show up. The Avengers are there in town. They basically been doing research and recon and stuff like that. And they got word that, okay, so all the same legends they heard about Shang-Chi back 10,000 years ago, there's 10 years ago, they heard about this baby that could do the same shit he did. Like if he pisses on the ground, it creates like a garden or some shit, you know,
Oh,
all kind of weird shit. So yeah, so they decided to like catch this kid because they know that the Hulk is looking for this kid. Also, the incredible enlightened Hulk, the new Iron Fist. In this universe, people don't know Hulk is the Iron Fist now. So yeah, so he wants that kid to kill him so he can't have anybody to, you know,
I don't know why he needs that, but okay.
Because it's you don't want Hulk with kung fu. I mean, that's like the best thing ever. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, like a Hulk that can fight, but like, why does he need an Iron Fist?
Like Superman with a gun. Like
yeah,
why
like give Superman a gun. Yeah.
Right. All right. So the Avengers I'm sorry, the Ultimates are there looking for this kid and stuff like that. And yeah, and they are there and they realize that there's this kid that's being worse like that. So we need to go see this kid. So we're going like that. And then they got all the Avengers there, but there's like one kid that is there that's new to him. And Ant-Man turns to him and he's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Danny Rand. Like, why are you here? Luke Cage wanted me to come. Like, do you have any powers? Nah, I'm just a dude just here. Like, okay, so why are you here? You're like, because I feel like I need to be here, you know, while looking at the camera, wink, you know. And then they just decide to go there and they find basically trying to get to that kid before Hulk gets to that kid, you know. So they go there and they hear all kind of fighting and shit going on like that. They see Hulk's like minions and students and shit like that. But what they're doing is that Hulk's minions are fighting the Uranium brother. He's one of Hulk's main lieutenants. Basically, he's as strong as what the Hulk used to be before he became the incredible enlightened Hulk, you know. And basically his people they came down with are not everybody's fighting against him to stop him from killing that kid. So, and the Ultimates just join. They're like, okay, we got to stop him from doing his thing. I'm not gonna call him Uranium, bro. He just Kung Fu Hulk to me. Kung Fu Hulk. Okay. So Iron Man puts like a bubble shield on top of him so Kung Fu Hulk can't kill him. And they like decided, oh, good, I get to kill some Avengers, you know, Ultimates, whatever the fuck you call yourself. And Ant-Man is jumping at him and blah, blah, blah. And I was like that. And Danny Rand is trying to save the kid because he can't fight, so he can't do shit. So yeah. Oh, Iron Man says, I'm ready for your ass this time. I got some basically gamma bullets to hit your ass with to kind of weaken you just in case. So right before he shoots him, he grabbed Kung Fu Hulk grabbed She-Hulk. She gets shot with the uranium gamma bullets, and he beats the shit out of her. He's like, thank you for testing your weapons out on your own teammate. And now to take out, so now Kung Fu Hulk's going to take out baby Shang-Chi, and bam. And now, oh, yeah, Ant-Man stomps on him. Well, Giant Man stomps on him. But then Kung Fu Hulk.
Giant Ant-Man,
yeah. But Kung Fu Hulk breaks through his foot. You know, and he's like, oh, fuck my foot.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I didn't go to where. He's like, oh, fuck my
Leroy?
foot. Yeah.
Am I?
I'm here.
Okay.
Go to
okay.
He's about to go up. All right. So Kung Fu Hulk kicks Iron Man with the, hey, bitch. You know, get the fuck out of here. Good, I get to kill all you. And then only person left is She-Hulk. And they go one-on-one. And he, bam, grabs She-Hulk in the chest and rips her heart out.
Damn.
Fatality. Flawless victory, you know. And he's just like, now that you're dead, now my master will grant me the wish to kill the rest of your family on that punk ass Gamma Island, all those monsters and ugly family members you have. And she's just there, but she ain't dead. She's laughing. She's like, what? Why the fuck are you not dead? Why are you laughing? And then she punches him. She's like, because I'm not fueled by faith like everybody else is. I'm a Hulk. I'm fueled by rage. And guess what you did? You just threatened my family. You just pissed me off. And now
made me mad.
You made
me
angry. Made him mad, right? And now Iron Man shoots more gamma bullets at Kung Fu Hulk again. And now he's a little bit weakened again. And She-Hulk, with her heart ripped out, is beating the shit out this dude and then locks him in a headlock. While Danny Rand is talking to baby Shang-Chi, and she's like, don't worry, you're safe. She's like, thank you, Danny Rand. I'm like, how the fuck you know my name? I'm baby Shang-Chi. I know everybody, or whatever, you know, whatever. So She-Hulk basically tells Kung Fu Hulk, look, you threatened my family. I want you to send a message. I want you to tell Bruce Banner that I'm coming for him. I'm coming for the rest of the mortal weapons. And I don't care who's standing in my way. I don't care if God is standing in front of me. He's catching his hands too. And then all you hear is rip. And next panel, she is holding his head separated from his body.
Damn, like grabbing by his jaw and shit.
Yeah. And then she says, you know what? On second thought, I'll tell Bruce myself when I see him. To be continued. So,
Cool.
yeah, I was like, yeah, man. I was like, okay. Because remember, like last time they got the shit beat out of them by Hulk. And now she's like, nah, this shit ain't happened again. So, yeah, you got baby Shang-Chi, basically the chosen one. What the golden one? The golden child. That's what it was. The golden. I knew it was something I was missing. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to get this book 4.5 out of 5. I can't give it a 5. I was going to give it a 5, Eli. But your book was so awesome, I had to take a point down. So yeah. That's what I got. So yeah. So what you got?
I have Transformers number 23.
Transformers. Okay.
We got one more after this in Daniel Warren Johnson's run on Transformers, and I believe Robert Kirkman has taken the book over after that.
Okay. Don't drop it, Eli. Kirkman can cook. You gotta let him cook.
No, this has been like one of my favorite books for the past couple of years.
Okay.
And
everybody,
this issue, woo, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Transformers are ready to do battle. We have Megatron's back. They're ready to do battle with the Autobots in Chicago. Of course, Optimus Prime's been all fucked up. He had he's been losing power. His spark has been damaged, and also he lost his arm, and he used Megatron's arm to he had Megatron's arm on. But he's kind of like in a coma or whatever, or some sort of like he's on the gurney, and they're like working on him, trying to repair him. Mm-hmm. So while he's on the gurney, he's having like these visions, in the Matrix or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Like the spirit world or whatever, and he sees Sparky, Spike's dad, who died, I believe, didn't Starscream kill him, like crushed his ass? Back in issue 1 or 2 or whatever, Spike's dad. He's dead, and he meets Spike in the Matrix or whatever, in the robot spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like this discussion, and he's like telling Optimus Prime, like, don't give up. You're a great leader. You need to go back and protect my son. I'm getting like goosebumps just talking about it again. This is what Daniel Warren Johnson does. He can really, as wacky and fucked up and violent as he can get, he really knows how to find the heart of a story and the heart of the characters and the emotion. So yeah, this whole thing where with Optimus Prime, talking to Sparky and like the Matrix or whatever was really moving and touching. And meanwhile, we have the Autobots who are like all fucked up and, oh God, here Megatron's back. They're coming for us. They've regrouped and they're basically coming down on us. And our leader is all fucked up on the table here. We think he's going to die. And it's totally like the 86 movie where, Optimus Prime died and shit. We're getting that again. That trauma. We get to relive that trauma again.
Right.
And then you have not Rodimus Prime. The other guy.
Ultra Magnus.
He's sitting there. He's like questioning because, throughout this story, Ultra Magnus kind of fucking flaked out a couple times. So he's questioning his leadership. And all the Autobots are looking like, hey, man, with Optimus out of commission, you're next in charge. And, Ultra Magnus is like, man, I don't know, man. He's basically anxious and questioning himself, But then he's like, well, you know what? If Optimus, died for a cause, then I can do that as well. So let's go do it. Let's give it what we got. So it was really cool to see Ultra Magnus sort of like come out of his funk that he was in, and then here come, like Autobots roll out. And so we have the battle. Decepticons show up. Megatron's like, all right, Decepticons, let's get them. And they start battling, Autobots and fucking Decepticons just throwing down and shit, all that cool action. Daniel Warren Johnson drawing giant robots doing wrestling moves. It's always great. And then they think they got the Autobots, and then who shows up? Optimus Prime with his arm back.
Okay, nice. Okay.
He's like, yeah, Megatron. One shall stand, one shall fall, and then to be
You got the
continued.
touch.
Yeah, like to be continued. Like, damn it.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of hope. Like, okay, maybe Optimus Prime won't die, but then it's Daniel Warren Johnson too.
Never know what might
So
happen. So yeah.
yeah, it's because you know what happened. Hasbro, like, okay, let's kill all these robots off in the movie so we can come out with new toys. That's all
Right.
they were thinking about.
Yeah, complete business plan with it.
Yeah, like we'll release, Transformers became this big giant success, and kids, including me, were all into the cartoons and the comics and the toys. And they're like, yeah, let's sell more toys. Well, let's come out with new toys. So how about we'll release a movie where we'll kill the old line of toys so we can get these kids to like these newer toys. And they
That didn't
killed off.
happen. Right.
Yeah, and they killed essentially everybody.
Right.
And scarred us for life.
I think we gave a shit about Rodimus Prime. To this day, we do not give a shit about Rodimus Prime.
No, we don't give a shit about Rodimus Prime, And yeah, we haven't recovered since, and we're like, okay, and I don't think because I never bought Rodimus Prime.
Right. I refuse. I'm boycotting.
Yeah, I was kind of done with Transformers after the movie.
Right.
So yeah, Hasbro didn't expect kids to become attached to these characters. So,
Right.
So that's what's happening in here. Like it's like, Optimus and Megatron are about to throw down on the last panel, and the next issue is the last issue that Daniel Warren Johnson is writing. So this arc is coming to a close, and it's been a great run, and I'm a little sad to see it come to an end, and I'm a little anxious on what's going to happen. But but this has been great. Yeah. We should see if Gomer wants to come on for the last issue. I wonder
has he even been keeping up with this?
I don't know. Well, he hasn't done his pod in a while.
Where is Gomer? Is he roaming the earth like Kane and Kung Fu? What the hell is he doing?
I don't know. Gardening, but he posts some shit once in a while.
Every now and then, just to show proof of life. But other than that, that's it. He just
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm wondering what to this because he's read all the Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a Transformers podcast back in the day.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm curious to see what he thinks.
Was it. That's all they did. Just Transformers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He loved that shit. So I'm curious to see what he thinks of this run.
So I don't know. Probably got to hit him
up. Yeah. 4 out of 5. So yeah, this is another good book. And then I'm like, damn, should I read anything else?
Like after that, you spent. Yeah. Oh, I'm meant to ask you, isn't Daniel Warren Johnson doing like a big DC crossover?
I think so. I know he drew one of them. Was it Batman and Wolverine? He drew one of them covers with the Marvel DC crossover.
I think that's why he's stopping this for a while, like taking a break from Transformers to do that. Like it's a big DC thing coming up. That whole Dark Side is shit. He's all in it.
I think so. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. I mean, I'm all.
And he's done. Yeah, he's done good. I mean, he's worked for both. I mean, he did that Beta Ray Bill book.
Yeah.
For Marvel, then the Wonder Woman. Yeah, and then was it the Jurassic League?
Did he do that? That was him.
Yeah, he did.
Von 4L, what up? Deadpool and Batman. It's on the way. They actually got a bunch of stuff coming on the way, but yeah, that's just like opening the door. So yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool and Batman. That's it.
Yeah, that's not him, but yeah, he got some other stuff coming on. All right, last book I got is not Predator Kills the Universe. That was you. That one. Okay. We're going to do. Yeah, Green Lantern Corps #7. I have not been keeping up with this book at all. I don't know what's going on in this book, but I didn't have anything else to read. I wanted to bring at least another book to the table, so I decided to see what the hell going on with the Green Lantern Corps. Let's jump in that, and we'll just try to figure out as best we can what the hell is going on in the story. So yeah, all right. So the book starts off with this planet who gives a fuck anyway. The point is they just walking around and they look up in the sky and they see this huge dude standing over them. And who is it? The Starbreaker. And he eats their star. their sun or whatever. And when he does that, destroys the solar system. Now, here's the thing. The reason they didn't care is because before this arc started, they erased all emotions from the universe. So, yeah. So basically, when the people looked up in the sky and they knew they were going to die, they didn't really give a shit. They're like, oh, well, fuck it. Kill us. So, yeah. So that's the whole universe. And basically, he's here and he's trying to bring the rest of his family over so they can eat some more stars and suns and basically destroy the universe. So, yeah. Now, for those who don't know about the Green Lantern lore and core or anything like that, they get their powers from the emotions. So, since they have no emotions, they have no power. So, you got Jon Stewart just here looking all depressed and shit like that because he has no will because they took it. No emotion. So, the Ring is just like, do something, Jon Stewart. Do something. Like, man, leave me alone. So, like, fuck. So, the Ring leaves him, and goes to somebody else. And who's it go to? Who I didn't even know was in there. So, this is Aya. And I didn't even know she was in there. So, okay, so I got to explain Aya. Aya isn't from the Green Lantern comics. Aya is from the Green Lantern cartoon that came out like 2011 or some shit like that. She's AI. She's like a Green Lantern AI they made.
Was it the CGI one?
The CGI one. She's from that. But she was so popular, they decided to stick her in the comics. So she's in the comics now. She's like Harley Quinn and Coulson. She's like that. So
okay.
She's like that. And she's talking to another robot named, I don't give a fuck, whatever his name is. The point is they looking at everybody, and I wish I could zoom in on these pictures, stuff like that. So you see, since they robbed the universe of emotion, so Joker is killing somebody, but he ain't really into it. He's just like, just die, whatever. They show the Justice League. There's a cat stuck in a tree. They just walk past it. They don't care. So it's like, we got to do something about this. Because if we don't do something, those evil bad guys, the Starbreakers, they're just going to destroy the universe, and nobody that has the power to stop them is going to stop them. And she was like, we got to do something about the emotions. She was like, and basically they argue about stuff because both of them are AI. It's like, so why do we still have emotions? And the other crew AIs are like, we still have emotions. Is because our emotions aren't real. They're just constructs. And when he says that, she kind of gets, upset. It's like, what? It feels real. And that's when Jon Stewart's ring flies him. It's like, it's real because you make it real. It ain't matter whether it comes from. If you feel it, then it's real. So here's the thing. So if we can't get them to react by emotion, let's get them to react by reason. Let's give them a reason to fight everybody. You're like, okay. And it's basically telling like, hey, do you want to save yourself? You're like, well, that's reasonable. So that's how they get Hal Jordan to join and Sinestro to join and Jessica Cruz to join, and they talk to him. And then they talk to Guy Gardner, and she just like, yeah, Guy Gardner, do you want to join my team? She's like, I don't feel like doing shit. She's like, I ain't got time for this. So she decides to punch Guy Gardner in the face. One punch, because that's what you do with Guy Gardner, and then she drags him to the ship. So yeah. So they go doing their thing, and Guy Gardner like, man, you have to punch me, man. Why everybody want to punch me in the face? So the point is they're trying to find a way to get back the emotions. So what happened is all the Green Lanterns get their power from emotions, and they're all controlled by some cosmic entity gods and shit like that. But somehow they got into a fight, and the bad guys trapped them in the source wall. Once you're in the source wall, that's it. You're done. That's it. You can't come back. So they have to free them from the source wall, which is something that can't be done because they're literally trapped by the presence, the source, God, whatever you want to call it. That's what they are. So they travel to the end of the universe, and let's see, and they get there. And when they get there, they're at the source wall, and they get attacked by that Starbreaker guy. He grabs them. So, the source wall. I can't look directly into it, but yeah. So they get there, and then they get attacked by that guy. He grabs them. Bam. He was just had by the source wall because he knew they were coming. He was like, you can't get away from me. But the thing is, their ship itself is a Green Lantern. So it like spikes itself and shit like that. It just flies off from and shit like that. So he's chasing after them, but they know the only way to get away from it is to go into the source wall. But they know if they go in the source wall, you can't get a source wall. But apparently, Kyle Rayner knows a backdoor way to get into the source, or Jon Stewart. One of them knows a way to, they don't know, but they know how to get into the source wall, but a backdoor to get source wall. So they run into the source wall, and they think they're gonna die, and they go all black, and then when they wake up, it is all the emotions of the core and shit.
Okay.
And they just like, we will give you the power to fight that sun-eating demon and shit. So Yeah. To be continued. So yeah. It's Green Lantern. Green Lantern. That's Green Lantern shit. That's just what they do. So yeah. Overall, I kind of got the idea of what was going on, stuff like that. So typical Green Lantern shit. So 3.5 out of 5. I didn't hate it. I would have picked it at Aquaman, but I'm so far behind in the book, I don't know what's going on. So.
Oh yeah, I started that too, and I haven't. Yeah, I fell off of that.
Yeah, it's like a war. I don't even know what planet he's on right now. So I'm just like, I'll catch up with this shit later on. So yeah.
It's funny. Watching the Superman again.
Mm-hmm.
And that scene where they're fighting that blob in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And Lois and Superman have that conversation. It's funny. That fight in the background, you see like Guy Gardner use a giant bat and just
Right.
swinging a giant bat at
It's
like
just
a
Green
giant
Lantern shit, but yeah.
baseball bat, or like when he puts oven mitts on that monster, the kaiju monster, just the dumbest shit. And it just reminded me of was it All-Star Batman or whatever? Where
No,
Batman,
yeah.
where
The
he
Frank
was
Miller
talking
shit,
about,
but yeah.
where he was talking about Hal Jordan. He was giving Hal Jordan shit. He's like this ring gives you the power to basically create anything, and this guy creates the dumbest shit, uses it to create the dumbest shit.
Boxing gloves and baseball bats and
giant, giant. He's too stupid to have this ring. I just that's what it reminded me of. Yeah, you just see a big baseball bat in the background, just hitting that thing over the head. Like,
right.
I thought that was funny.
Oh man, okay. But anything else you got, or?
I read that Daredevil. I was gonna put the Daredevil on there, but I was like, the only cool part was they fight the Wrecker. Actually, the whole Wrecking Crew. They go into the bar.
Okay. All of them was
yeah. The Wrecker was there, but then the whole crew is there. They go into him and Elektra go into the bar with no name, looking for this gang that's been taking over the Kingpin shit. Mm-hmm. And then they just get into a big old brawl, and the Wrecker shows up with his crowbar, and the art is actually really cool. So it's not John Romita Jr. doing the art inside, but
he's doing the cover. That's enough.
So yeah, that was cool. I did enjoy the fight. The action in this book was cool. I also read that Star Wars, The Jedi Knights #6. That was pretty good. I should have threw that on. I forgot that I read it. No. But no, I've been into this book, this new Star Wars book, the Jedi Knights book. It's basically before the shit in Phantom Menace. So it's just the Jedi Order every issue is like a one-shot story of different Jedi Knights doing shit. There is a sort of through line plot, where someone's trying to murder Qui-Gon Jinn. Somebody's trying to murder him. So in this issue, they go to a planet because someone has murdered a Jedi. It's Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Aayla Secura. The hot blue Twilight Jedi chick. Yeah, so they go to a planet to investigate this murder, and it turns out it's the guy that's been trying to kill Qui-Gon Jinn. And who are you? So pretty cool. I'll give that a 4 out of 5. Yeah, still got it. And 3.5 for the Daredevil, because the storylines. I think I'm about to drop it. It's 24 issues.
Isn't 24? Yeah, something like 24.
Yeah,
they're rebooting Hulk, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing some big giant, finale or something. I know his run. They announced that, but that's not till the end of the year, I think, or October or November.
Gotcha.
But this Daredevil run's been kind of haven't been feeling it for a while, but it's doing just enough to keep me interested. Like I said, that fight scene was cool. They'll get a 3.5 for the fight scene. Yeah. So, but other than that, I'm pretty much booked. Oh, I read that Spider-Man Incursion book, and I don't give a shit.
I honestly, I was going to when I saw the Ultimate X-Men in there. I like, nah.
Yeah, he goes to Japan now. He's And I don't even know who those motherfuckers are. That chick, the anime chick.
Well, which one? They were all anime chicks.
I don't know. There's two of them, and I don't know.
Well,
One of them's
one of them is
magic.
Nico. One of them is from the Runaways.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't
But
know what was
in
going
the other
on.
one, Armor. I thought that was Armor. Was the other one?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know.
Armor is dead, right? Oh no, Armor. That was in Avengers versus Alien.
You're getting your lore mixed up.
That was dope. How she died.
Right.
Like Sinister. He was a xenomorph with all the X-Men powers, and then he bamfed. He night crawlered inside Armor's armor and killed her.
No, supposedly she's alive and well in the Ultimate Universe. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it does. He goes to Japan, Miles, because he was in Wakanda, and now he's in Japan.
He
found her. He found her. And
he
I
did
can't
find
remember.
her. Okay, nice.
Yeah, he found her
In
there,
Japan?
and they're fighting somebody. I don't know. I'm really not into that book.
Yeah,
But,
when they went to Japan because I'm not into all the Ultimate shit. Some of that shit they just I don't know. Like you gave it a good try, but this ain't working.
Yeah, I thought Miles was gonna have like a bigger role in this whole Ultimate Universe thing because he was in like number 1. Remember when that was it? That first book where the master, not the master,
The master,
the fucking maker escaped. Remember he escaped that facility and shit, and then he took off and 25 years or whatever the fuck he said.
And he went to go see Miles, and
he went to go see Miles. That was like the first person he saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought I've been waiting for Miles to show back up, and I don't know. He just shows up to go find his sister. I thought it was gonna be more shit, and now it's just like he's going to he was in Wakanda, now he's in Japan, and I'm just not feeling it.
He's just going from ultimate book to ultimate book, and I was like, this
basically, yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm booked out. So
now I'm booked out. All right, like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Glad y'all have been checking in on us, see what's going on. If you listen longer than 30 seconds, you have pushed the algorithm. We appreciate you. Next week, I don't know, something will pop. Yeah, what?
Oh, well, Peacemaker comes out this week.
Are we sure?
I think so. I thought it was this week.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll probably do Peacemaker next week. Yeah.
Which is according to James Gunn, the reason they dropped Superman so early. Because apparently Peacemaker is supposed to lead into Superman, or Superman's supposed to
he has a cameo in Superman.
I don't spoil it. I've been avoiding all trailers. I just want to go in.
No, Peacemaker's in the Superman movie.
Oh, I thought you said Superman was in the Peacemaker show. That's what I thought you were telling me. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
But Peacemaker is in Superman, but yeah. But basically, we'll see. Apparently, Peacemaker's supposed to be about some multiverse bullshit. We'll see how it goes. So yeah.
Hey, damn it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But no, I want to say shout out to Mob Boss for trying to pick up our book. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Teddy said he hasn't gotten any messages from anyone. I even said, did you check the permissions or something? So
see, that's what I like. The best way to talk to Bob Boss is relay a message in the podcast. Because we know at least he's listening.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Can't trust anybody else. We can trust Bob Boss. So yeah.
Try that link, Teddy So on Facebook. Message him, DM him. He says $10 for the book that covers shipping and everything. And he'll get you one, but he hasn't received any messages. What he said. So sorry, we're running on Indian time. So
like I said, I couldn't relay that message, so I had to wait for Eli to do it. All right.
Yeah.
So until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We can talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.